Volunteering is important to me because when you help your community and you serve in your community, it helps the community to thrive.
I thank Fairfax County and the sales team, for giving me this opportunity to do it, because I'm really enjoying the process and the life that is leading me into with all these beautiful people that I'm meeting and the love and joy that I'm getting back from them.
Hello, I'm Ann Hall. Welcome to Mature Living. Volunteering offers many benefits, and not just to those who are receiving assistance. Volunteers help to build strong communities, and there are other benefits. Volunteering increases socialization and has been known to improve physical health and longevity in those who engage in this activity. To talk with us about volunteer opportunities in Fairfax County, we are joined by Emily Swenson, Supervisor of Volunteer Solutions with the Area Agency on Aging. Welcome, Emily.
Thanks, Ann, for having me.
How and why was your office developed?
So our office was developed in 1976 as a volunteer development unit, and it started helping older adults who were in need of services, both household tasks, grocery shopping, anything that would help them to be able to stay in their homes. And then in 2007, it was rebranded as Volunteer Solutions, and it took on a regional focus so that we could help identify regional needs and recruit and place regional volunteers. So that's how it began.
What do you see in the future? What's on the horizon in terms of development?
Well, we're always out there looking for innovative ways to help support older adults and individuals with disabilities and family caregivers in our community. During the pandemic, we had a new program where we took animatronic pets, dogs, cats, and now birds that help out with walkers, and we placed them with clients within our adult and aging program to help address socialization.
Are many of your staff members volunteers?
We have about 1,500 volunteers who help service the different clients that we help serve, and they give over 21,000 hours annually, if not more, every year.
And how old are most of these people? What is their profile?
Yeah, I would say about 60% of them are older adults themselves who are looking to serve, but then we also have anywhere from a young child who's helping to make a Thanksgiving card with their family to ongoing an individual who's 18 and older helping to drive or get groceries or help provide socialization to clients.
Emily, how do those who need this help go about getting it?
The best way is to call our Aging, Disability, and Caregiver Resource Line. The number for that is 703-324-7948, and that is staffed by social workers who will be able to understand what you're looking for and provide resources, as well as do assessments to see if there's a need for case management services. And that is a must-answer call line that's available from 8 to 4:30 every day. And when you call, it's staffed by social workers who are experienced, and they can connect you with resources as well as do assessments if somebody is in need of case management services. Once somebody has an open case, their caseworker can refer them to our programs. One of the things that you don't need an open case for, though, that I haven't mentioned yet is our IT on call service. It's open to anybody who's 60 and over in the community who may need some help with technology. And that is a great resource, one for volunteers who have that skill set. And it's anything from helping somebody work with their iPhone to helping somebody hook up a printer in their house to learning about social media. And you don't have to have an open case, you just have to call our line and we will connect you with that service.
For those who want to volunteer with Volunteer Solutions, is there a number that you could call or a website that they could go to make that known?
Yes, on our website we have information about our volunteer opportunities, and so that's a great place to check. You can also call 703-324-5406 and find out about the opportunities that we offer.
And where do you need the most volunteers at this point?
So we're always in need of individuals to help with transportation, and so that's around our county and community. Oftentimes when individuals lose that ability to be able to transport themselves, they need help running errands, going to the grocery store, or even going to a medical appointment. So that's our highest need. But then I'd say we also have skills-based needs where we have a partnership with Neighborhood and Community Services. They manage the senior center and adult day health care centers in our community. And individuals with skills in music, fitness classes, dancing, languages. We're always looking for volunteers to help support those types of opportunities as well.
That's wonderful. How long have you been with Volunteer Solutions?
I've been with Volunteer Solutions for just over a year, and so I've really enjoyed my time working to recruit volunteers and see all the wonderful things that individuals are doing in our community to help support older adults and individuals who are 18 and older with disabilities, as well as those family caregivers.
And do you work with younger people as well for volunteers, or is there a certain...
So we don't tend to have a ton of opportunities for younger individuals, although there are some in our senior centers where individuals who are younger can even bring their talents to, you know, if they play a musical instrument or they sing, they can come perform at one of those places. We also have individuals who volunteer with their parents, and so it might be an older adult who has a disability who wants to also volunteer with their parent, and they can go out and do grocery shopping and then volunteer together.
Emily, can you give us an example of one of the cases that you've worked with at Volunteer Solutions?
Sure. We have one case where an individual who had a disability, a progressive disability, needed some additional support. We received 2 different referrals from 2 different caseworkers, one from our nutrition worker and one from our adult services worker. And the individual needed help and support so that she could continue to live in her home. We had one of our longtime volunteers who goes out with one of our regional volunteer coordinators to help assess these types of referrals. And the beginning of the referral was doing some outside cleanup to the home so that the nutrition workers could deliver our Meals on Wheels nutrition pieces to this individual's home. And so that volunteer helped and began the work outdoors, but it was a large job, so we pulled in a community partner who was also able to help and support that work. And then we decided that we needed to do some support on the inside of the home as well. And we gathered not only that original volunteer, but pulled in multiple other volunteers to help support and make the space inside the home more functional for that client. And the client was overjoyed with having that support that enabled her to be able to live and continue to stay in her home.
Wonderful. What does the work do? How does it impact you?
I really enjoy it because it connects people with those who are in need. And so I feel like that impact that someone's able to give with their time and their talents to somebody else really is energizing. I love to see that spark when somebody finds their purpose in helping to serve somebody else.
Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about related to your the work that you're doing?
Yeah, I'll mention a couple of our other volunteer opportunities that we have. We have something called our Community Ambassador Program, and that's anybody in our community who's willing to learn more about our adult and aging services. They then learn and take it back to their community. So it could be their civic group, their faith-based group. It could be that they speak a different language or would like to take it back to a different culture within our community, but we're always looking for those community ambassadors to help educate others about adult and aging resources that are in the community. And I'll also mention a couple of our partnerships. We work with Fairfax Pets on Wheels, which is if you have a cat, dog, or bunny that you're looking to take into a nursing home, that organization helps really brighten the day of those individuals through that type of opportunity. And the last I'll mention is the Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program. For those individuals who live in long-term care, these volunteers get trained to be able to advocate and help support those individuals living in those communities. And so there's always a plethora of ways that you can help support the adult and aging community through volunteer opportunities. Volunteering is a great way for somebody to take their time and talents and make a difference in somebody else's life. And so even if you think you have a little bit of time or you've never volunteered before, I encourage you to get in touch with us, look up our opportunities, and come out and serve, because there's a lot that volunteering not only gives to that individual that you're serving and helping, but it helps you as well, and it builds our community. And so I just encourage anybody who's like on the cusp, you know, they thought about volunteering, to go out there and do that.
Thank you so much, Emily, for joining us today. Later in the show, we'll learn more about opportunities for volunteering. But first, we'll share a personal story on the benefits of being a volunteer.
I didn't think I was going to be able to do what I'm doing now, because I wasn't used to standing up in a big crowd, you know, and giving instructions. You know, at first I was a little hesitant to even volunteer at other centers, but all that gave me the confidence to think, you know, I think I could do this. I love what I'm doing, I really do. I'm growing stronger as far as my physical, like, right, I'm taking care of myself. You know, I need to do this anyway for my own health. This is so much more fun working out with others than it is by myself, so. Yeah, I've had people come and say, you know, that was a good workout. It wasn't too much. It wasn't too little. You know, I felt, you know, like it's like I felt tired but not exhausted, you know, after the class, and it was nice. You know, and a lot of people just say, oh, that was a really fun class. You know, so I always try to make it fun. The feedback that I get the energy back from them when they tell me that, when they say, oh, even when I go to the visiting centers, you know, they say, that was so much fun, so much energy. Let's go. Woo! Okay, there we go. Punch it out. Whoa. That's my job. Like, I feel like that's my job, to rev them up. And they seem to enjoy it. And when they come back to me in the class and they give me back the feedback, I think that just, I mean, this is why I keep doing more and more. You know, it's just, I get that energy from them, and I'm glad that they get that energy from me. And it's just like, I thrive on it now. I really do. It's just like, just to see their faces. They don't have to come back to me and give me back their feedback. I just thrive the look on their faces. It just makes me come back.
I would suggest, don't wait till you're retired to start volunteering. Really don't. Just kind of ease into it. There's so many things that you can do that are simple and quick. But when you really get involved, then make sure that you can schedule with your volunteer clients the time that you need to be able to travel, to be able to see family, to be able to take care of your garden and your home and your significant other, spouse, what have you, because that's also vital. So I got involved in volunteering through Volunteer Solutions. I signed up to do Meals on Wheels with the county, and They invited me to come out on November of 2021 to help distribute food to families for Thanksgiving. I called my handler, Jody Smith. I said, what more can I do? She said, I have a friend, Carol Wright, who can, at Volunteer Solutions, who can set you up with IT on call. I said, IT on call, what is that? And so they described it to me and I went, yes, please. So you go into people's homes and help them with their technology, whether it's a computer, a smartphone, and I just fell in love with it because as a volunteer, you're helping people. Software developer, that's very, very hard to understand. Now I know you're a really smart woman, but if you touch some of these or delete them. And the best part of this whole experience is giving back to the community. Volunteering is a very humbling experience. You have these experiences in your life, and in Fairfax County it's very affluent, and you don't really realize, even in a modest neighborhood, how people live and how humbling it is to embrace them in their space. And it brings that joy that much deeper and so much more enriching. So embrace your fear, explore the humbleness, and help others.
In our first segment, we talked with Emily Swenson, Supervisor of Volunteer Solutions Area Agency on Aging. She provided a great overview of Volunteer Solutions and the positive impact this organization's work has on our community. Now we welcome Jennifer Williamson, CEO, and Donna Patchett, board member, both with Volunteer Fairfax. Welcome to both of you. Jennifer, tell us a bit about Volunteer Fairfax. How long has it been in existence, and how does the role of Volunteer Fairfax differ from Volunteer Solutions? Also, what's your role in the organization?
Well, I am Volunteer Fairfax's new CEO. I started in June. I'm delighted to be at this wonderful organization. Our organization, Volunteer Fairfax, is almost 50 years old. 2024 will be our 50th anniversary year, and we're really excited for the legacy that our organization has.
So Donna, does Volunteer Fairfax have volunteer opportunities for a range of ages? What is your role in the organization?
Yes, Volunteer Fairfax offers volunteer opportunities for everyone in the community, regardless of age or ability. In particular, our MLK Weekend of Service is specifically geared towards families with young children and teen volunteers. This really reinforces the fact that everyone has something to give, even our youngest members of the community. One of our newest initiatives promotes volunteering by people with disabilities. The point is, everyone can serve. All it takes is a desire to serve and a desire to learn more about the issues facing our community. There's something for everyone.
Wonderful. So how did you get involved with this organization?
I'm a member of the board of directors. I've been on the board for about 3 years. The board of directors works with our CEO to set the strategic plan and vision for the organization. In addition, the board of directors provides financial and legal oversight of the organization.
How does the work of Volunteer Fairfax partner with Fairfax County?
One of the ways that we partner with the county is an emergency response. In the event of a major disaster or emergency in the region, Volunteer Fairfax helps the county coordinate volunteers and donors. We're right there as part of the emergency response first responders team.
In addition, we maintain close contacts with the Board of Supervisors to see what their priorities are for their districts. So for example, in our Fall Volunteer Fest, which is a county-wide day of service, we make sure to have volunteer opportunities available in every supervisor's district to best meet the needs that they've identified.
Great. So tell us about the benefits of volunteering, both from those who volunteer and also from those who receive the benefits.
Volunteering provides people with a sense of purpose and connection to the community. That sense of community can help alleviate loneliness and isolation. It's great for your mental health. Volunteering is a way to learn new skills or apply the skills you already have to benefit a nonprofit organization. In addition, it's a great way to meet new people and have some fun. For organizations that receive volunteer assistance, the benefits are significant. For one thing, volunteers bring diverse skills and provide vital services for organizations that really help save nonprofits some money. In addition, volunteers help bring visibility to an organization. They can become some of your biggest advocates and loyal donors. It's really a win-win.
That's wonderful. Okay. Can you give a concrete example of a volunteer or a case?
One of our partner organizations is the English Empowerment Center, formerly known as the Literacy Council of Northern Virginia. That organization utilizes volunteers to teach English to recent immigrants and people with the lowest level of English skills. And learning English empowers those individuals to interact with their schools and their communities and their medical providers. And that couldn't happen without a legion of volunteers.
If someone wants to get started, what do they do? How do they contact you?
They can come to our website, which is volunteerfairfax.org, and there's a big blue button at the top that says Volunteer Now.
We have a volunteer management system, a database. Potential volunteers can go online and search for a volunteer opportunity by area of interest, by date, by geographic area. Currently, we have over 250 opportunities listed with more than 200 different local partners. There's something for everyone. In addition, we have signature events. Our MLK Weekend of Service in January and Volunteer Fest in the fall are one-day opportunities that help introduce people to volunteerism and to the nonprofits in the community. It's an easy way to get involved.
So what is the difference between your organization and some of the other volunteer organizations out there?
We are a standalone 501c3 nonprofit organization. We partner with and we work closely with the Fairfax County Volunteer Services Department, but we're a separate entity and we have a broader mission and scope.
I think Jennifer used the term earlier as that we are an amplifier. We help increase capacity of nonprofits. So for example, our huge volunteer management database system allows even the smallest nonprofits to have an online presence to recruit volunteers. They might not have that capability themselves, but banding together with all the other local nonprofits, we can help everyone achieve more.
So is everything local, or do you have people calling in from out of state?
We are primarily a local organization. Our focus is on nonprofits in Northern Virginia, specifically Fairfax County. But we do occasionally help out in different parts of the country. Jennifer, perhaps you could talk a little bit about that.
Yes, we actually have a program where we help out one of our sister organizations in Texas. It's an ongoing opportunity that we have through the Points of Light Foundation. Volunteer Fairfax is the local affiliate for the Points of Light Foundation.
What are some of the numbers we're talking about here? How many people do you employ and how many volunteers do you use or need in general?
Right now, we have a staff of 15. There's literally hundreds and hundreds of volunteers, if not thousands, of volunteers.
Sounds like you need them.
Oh, absolutely, we do. And some of the volunteers come and participate one time in an activity that might just last a couple of hours. And then there's other volunteers that have a more ongoing relationship with a nonprofit within our network and might come, once a week or on a regular basis, a much longer term engagement. It just depends on the interest of the individual volunteer as well as the needs of the organization that they've been partnered with.
Where do you see the organization going for the future?
Well, right now we're in the middle of our strategic planning process, so we're figuring that out. Right. But I think there's huge opportunity and promise for this organization. There's tremendous need here for all kinds of nonprofits to be servicing the needs of our broader community, and we are an amplifier and a capacity builder for the other nonprofits in the region, and we're looking for creative ways that we can do more and help more.
We saw during the pandemic a lot of isolation. A lot of volunteer organizations couldn't accept volunteers in person. A lot of volunteers weren't comfortable going out in person. So now that we are coming out of the pandemic, it's a great opportunity for us to rebuild, reestablish connections with longtime volunteers, and help those organizations that maybe were struggling a little bit during the pandemic. So as Jennifer said, we're embarking on a strategic plan in conjunction with our 50th anniversary year. And we think this is a great opportunity for us to look forward to a bigger, brighter future.
Very impressive. Very impressive. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
If you look on our volunteer management system and search, you might find opportunities to volunteer with local parks, to volunteer at an animal rescue. There are opportunities to work in thrift shops. There are opportunities for skilled volunteering. Many professionals or recent retirees have skills that they've developed over the course of their careers, and there are nonprofits who need those skills, whether it's to help them build a website or build up a database or do other skilled work. We promote family volunteering so that families have a great activity to do together, and it helps inspire a culture of service right from the very youngest age. And in addition, we provide service opportunities for people who have been directed by the courts to do community service in lieu of probation or some other kind of sentence.
And do you offer opportunities for younger people who are looking for social community service kinds of
We do. We do. Again, through our online database, young people, especially those who are looking for service hours for school projects, there's many opportunities in there. They're identified as appropriate for.
So how do they contact you? What is the address for the...
volunteerfairfax.org. And when you go to our website, there's a big blue button at the top that says Volunteer Now. So you click on that, and you can search by all sorts of breakdowns. And there's a specific icon to search for youth volunteer opportunities. Really, there is something for everyone there. And we know that volunteering among youth is a growing need. We are constantly looking for ways to continue to engage our young people.
Thank you for all the important volunteer work that you're offering the community.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you for watching this edition of Mature Living. I'm Ann Hall. We'll see you next time.